all in the way back. I promise
I
I'll
have to
get on you.
No.
Hi, everybody online. Happy Tuesday. I see chat things happening. Oh, maybe they're saying they can't hear me.
It's fun to actually be in here.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, maybe they are just saying good
You can see it
morning.
on this screen, the main screen.
Oh, you can?
We have the world's largest mascot.
Good. That is a very
Gigantic.
An extra large.
I purchased it like when masks became required in our state. And
Yeah.
there was like nothing left on the shelves. So I got them that and
She got me the ones for gorillas.
it works. It's nice. It's a nice color. I'm gonna shoot this one around. Ben was making calls. She's so funny. Okay, stay tuned, everybody. If you haven't looked at your bank statements, there will be profit share being deposited in many of your accounts. Very fun stuff. So look at your accounts. If you haven't, if there isn't any, I can help you.
There's opportunity.
I can
Growth
help you.
committee. There's a growth committee
There's a
too.
growth committee, yes, and we have on Wednesday night, this Wednesday night at 5 something, 30, 45, something of that sort, we have our career info session. So, Jess, I got your email. I'm gonna invite her to that and also touch base with her on that. And then we have a couple of other ones as well. So, yay, so let's get started. Is everybody ready? All you loud people online?
Ready.
Hi, Tom. We're gonna get you up pretty quick here.
They
Okay.
totally would have gotten a woo-woo from
I
me.
don't know why it's not working. I know you would. Okay. All right, anybody got any buckets to fill? Buckets, gratitude? Oh, no, we're not going further. Gratitude is the highest form of energy, so we're gonna stay here a while. Oh, come on. See,
I have
there's
one.
something grateful. I
I
can
have
do this
one.
all day.
I have one. I would like to fill Sue Evans' bucket for being a great resource as I'm just starting out my career in real estate and being someone I can count on for experience and being willing to answer any questions I have.
Thank you, Sue Evans. You can turn your video camera on too, Aiden Maines. Oh, that's awesome.
The middle name.
Huh?
I said, at least you didn't use her middle name.
We won't do that. Anybody else? Yeah, Sue Evans is awesome. Thank you, filling your bucket.
Quick shout out to, this is Bob. Shout out to Carly. She's been working with some buyers for the last couple months and she got an offer accepted this morning. So she was excited and did a lot of creative stuff, a lot of things that we learned in family reunion. So that we talked about in our team meeting yesterday. So congrats to Carly.
Congratulations. That is so awesome. That's a huge feat in today's market. So
Yeah, that's
way to go, Carly.
I've got not really a bucket, but a shout out to Josh Bernier, who's now in Keller Williams Young Professional. That's awesome.
Yes. Congratulations, Josh. You're part of the Cool Kids Club.
And I'll shout out leadership. This is my first time seeing the office and this is fabulous. Seriously, all these windows and the bright and light.
Yeah.
It's great.
That was Cherie, for those of you that can't see her, but Cherie is here.
I'm here.
Loud and proud. I'm glad you're here. Yay. Anyone else? So fun. It's so fun to be grateful. I'm super grateful for all of the people that were traveling and are now back safe. We've had several that have gone somewhere warm. Not that we're jealous, but we're glad that you're all back safe. So welcome home. All right, huge welcome to Jordan Hopwood. He is joining our Market Center. So Jordan is a fantastically talented young man, and he is also in the Army National Guard. So he will be joining our Market Center. Fantastic guy. If you see him, he's dressed to the nines pretty much at all times. So he's a cool cat. Jihan Mohammed is also joining us. I don't know if is Jihan, are you on? Or Jordan, are you on? They might not be on yet. So she is fantastic as well. We had a great conversation. She's plowed through her courses. She's been wanting to do this for a long time. So welcome, welcome aboard. Super excited. Let's get the Toms or Abby. Are they on? We're kind of moving quick because we're going to get to our roundtable discussion, but there's Tom. Hi, Tom.
Yep, I'm on. So just kind of an update with the market for everybody. The bond market in the last few months has been pretty flat and rates have been doing well. We've seen the volatility that we had when COVID first started come back again. And so if you have people that are getting ready to lock in, they should do it sooner rather than later. Rates have been on a steady climb here for the last week. I expect them to flatten out or possibly come back, but nothing's guaranteed. So it's very volatile right now. And then the other reminder to let your clients know that they need to pay attention to where their credit situations, their credit is during the process, because at the end, we do a soft pull of credit, and any new credit that comes up, it will affect the customer. So just make sure you're reminding the customers, as we do all the time. That's it.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, Toms. Thank you, Tom M.
You're welcome.
All right, Abby.
Hi guys. Okay, so I'll go quick too. So first, I want to remind everyone I have a class on this Thursday. We're going to be talking about command websites. So we'll be doing kind of a deep dive. So we'll be talking about adding coded pages. So adding like neighborhoods or a mortgage calculator or anything that's kind of next level, if you will, for those. That is Thursday at 11:30. And then real quick, I just want to talk about this. I know we've talked about it before, but since there's so many new agents, I want to rerun through it. So just a reminder, if you close a loan with the Toms or with NAF, essentially for 7 years after it closes, there's a free print marketing campaign that goes out automatically for you. So it's co-branded, as you can see, it's co-branded with the loan officer and the agent. So for 7 years after the loan closes, they'll automatically get, you can kind of see there's birthday cards, there's holiday cards, there's home anniversary. You're also going to be on all of the mortgage statements. So that's via email and the physical print ones too. So it'll actually show you right there. They now include call to actions too in that. So if it says like, depending of course on the month, it'll say like, hey, if you're thinking about buying a new home, contact us. Hey, if you're thinking about refining, contact us, anything like that. So it actually has call to actions. So all of that's completely free to you. So that's something to just keep in mind, that's going to be going out automatically, and it's totally free print marketing for you when you close a loan with us, which is awesome. So just wanted to really quick run through that again, because I know we've talked about it before, but sometimes it gets forgotten. And that is all I have.
Oh, Abby, can I ask a quick question? So for
Yes, you may.
Those follow-ups, is that something that the agent needs to reach out to you, or is it an automatic thing inside of NAS system?
Totally automatic. So what I do essentially is I'll go actually add all of the branding. Now, if the agent has something specific, so if you have like your own logo or something you want included, you'll see in the loan process when they're getting milestone email updates, you'll see your own branding down at the bottom. If there's anything that you want like corrected or something, you can email me and like say, hey, I want my own logo on there along with the select one, or hey, I want a different phone number used or anything like that. But generally I just pull from your Facebook or a Google search of like all your info, like your own headshot, your own contact, and all actually added into our system. So it'll happen automatically, but if there's anything like specific that you want added, you can absolutely reach out and let me know. So if I know specifically, like for Team Hawkins, I automatically will include the Team Hawkins logo and the Select logo. So if there's anything like personal branding you want included and I'm not aware of it, you'll just have to reach out to me basically.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions for either Tom or Abby?
And Abby, like, this is Bob again, like we talked, you can use my picture from when I was 35, right?
Yes. I went with 25. We went even lower.
Just a reminder to everybody that, and I'm sorry, Abby, if you don't want me to announce this or not, but Abby just got over fighting a pretty good bout of the COVID, and she's been down and out for the last 2 weeks. So if you were trying to communicate with her and she didn't reply or anything else, it's because she's basically been sleeping for 2 weeks or trying to.
I was dead. But I think I got back to everyone. So please feel free to reach out to me if you're like, oh, I've not heard anything from Abby or anything. I believe I got back to everybody, but yeah, please reach out to me if you're like, why has Abby not answered me?
We're so glad that you're back and healthy.
Me too.
Yeah, so glad. Thank you, guys. All right, anybody, anything else? No? Okay, cool. Do we have Tom in one of this? I didn't find. Should I put Tom on Bertram's? Or should we keep going?
We just kind of flew through the rest of the updates and then Tom and then family reunion.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Jody, do you have any updates for our leverage coaching?
I do. Hi, everyone. Abby, I'm glad you're better. Yeah, we have leverage coaching this Friday, and we're going to be doing a mock buyer consultation. So everyone tune in and please connect on all the training and classes, all you new agents. That's where you're going to get the most support and help and training. Also, if you hadn't been a part of Ignite or all of the sessions, I'm really wanting you to go back and watch those recordings. We had all these amazing agents in our office. Thank you to all of you for coming in and helping teach those once again. And they were excellent. So you need to go and watch those and learn a lot of great stuff. So I'm getting asked a lot of questions about things that were covered in Ignite and also in leverage coaching. So please take time to watch and learn. Also, shout out to Judy Winship on her first buyer track. So congrats to her. One of many more to come. Also, Ben and Aiden Mains sold their listing in multiples. So congratulations to them. And also Lolu has a new construction buyer that's under contract. Congrats to her. And yeah. Everybody's doing their lead gen and we're starting to see some results. So keep that going, everybody. And we'll see you Friday at group coaching at 10 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you, Jody.
Got it.
Congratulations, everybody in LCP. All right, Mr. Krenz, do we have any updates from the good old state of Wisconsin?
State of Wisconsin is wide open. Actually, it is fun to hear that I say it's wide open because if you go to the bars or anything like that, or a restaurant, or there's not much social distancing or anything like that going on. So that's what I mean by wide open. But there's a lot of people actually reaching out to me as far as how to go ahead and get their Wisconsin license and what they need to do and stuff like that. Please continue doing that. And I'm going to send you to the WRA.org website because I think their training for the Wisconsin documents are excellent. But just keep reaching out. So
okay,
our Wisconsin crew is growing.
Yeah, our Wisconsin crew is growing. And did you guys know that on our KW Select Agents website, all of the Wisconsin forms are on there? So if you're looking for them, they are there. I had a question from one of our agents. He's like, I don't know where to find this. Do I have to go do something else? No, just go right to kwselectagents.com. Go into documents. Now I'm making it up because I don't know.
Resources, I think it is.
Here you go. Resources and documents. If you say things with enough confidence, people believe you. And I know it's there because I just searched for it with an agent.
That website rocks.
It really does.
It really does.
It's very, very content rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Awesome. Good old Wisconsin on Wisconsin on Wisconsin.
You don't have to like Green Bay Packers if you.
Yeah, you don't.
It does help though.
Just don't maybe mention it.
Moving right along. Logan is so excited, and I just want to fill your bucket on taking this on, because this is a big deal. So tell us about the script practicing.
We are still doing this. I know it's been hectic with Leverage Coaching Ignite, as well as Family Reunion, but every morning at 9:30, there is a Zoom link on the KW Select calendar. And it's just a quick 5-10 minute practice any script that you want. And that's about it. I would love for people to join. We also do it in person, but for the most part, it's just been virtual. So that is on the KW Select website calendar.
Yep, we're gonna really hit it March 1st, because Logan has some other obligations that he has to go party and do things. But yeah, guys, this is like, what is that? Time on task over time. And practice makes perfect, and perfect practice makes mastery. So I promise, like, as a new agent, we did scripts all the time. And they are not salesman-y. What they do is they give you a confidence so that you can listen. So when you have a script and you already kind of know what you're going to say, it gives you confidence so that you can really hear what the client is not saying. Because when they say to you, we're probably going to want like a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and it's going to be like a 2-story, we want some space. And then they end up buying a 3-bedroom, 1-bath Rambler in a neighborhood with a 40-foot lot. You can actually hear what they're not saying because you have scripts. So come to the scripts. 9:30, the Zoom link will be in the calendar on KW Select Agents. Today is Molly Baldwin's birthday. So because we know how much Molly loves to be the center of attention, we were going to have her come up and stand at the middle of the room, and yet just stop by her office and sing happy birthday to her. We should do that right after this meeting. Does everybody have their calendars marked for our 2020 awards ceremony this Thursday at 4 p.m. It will be a virtual event. So we would be super happy if you all got decked out and sat in front of your computer with your happy hour drinks of iced tea, hot cocoa, water, soda, or anything else that you might be able to find. And please join us for a celebratory session of our award ceremony. And again, I mentioned, of course, our career info session, our command updates there with Abby, and then MREA book club with Dave Finnegan is coming in March. MREI investor workshop. Tom Olson, are you still there? Hi, do you want me to stop sharing my screen?
I would love to just grab the screen here for a second. Just really quick, I wanted to show everybody our VMS is what we call it, the Virtuance Marketing Suite. My computer has been a little spotty this morning, so I'm going to try sharing this, and if it doesn't quite work as planned, we'll have to just adjust, but it might take just a couple seconds to get to our screen there. Can we see it now?
We can see it.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I first wanted to introduce myself, for if anybody doesn't know me. I know I've been in the Market Center a number of times, and we work with quite a few agents, which is amazing. Just a huge thank you to everybody that we work with, and everybody that we will work with in the future. I'm Tom Olson. I'm the local representative with Virtuance here in the Twin Cities. For those of you who don't know, we are professional real estate photography and visual marketing, right? So kind of a one-stop shop, floor plans, drones, 3D Matterport, that sort of thing. And before I get any further, in the chat box, I put a link. It's virtuance.com/min, as in Minnesota, MIN. And when you go to that link, it's going to bring you to this page. And I'm going to be raffling off a free 25-image, $149 package for one lucky winner today. This is just for you guys that are in person and on the Zoom meeting with us. Take 10 seconds to fill this out and hit send me discount. I put that link in the chat box. or you can just do this on your phone, virtuance.com/min. Wanted to do that for you guys, something a little special. But for those of you who have been working with us over the past few years, you are familiar with, kind of the process of working with us. We go out, we're going to shoot your home. Before 5 p.m. the next day, you're going to get a link, and you're going to have that branded and unbranded virtual tour, kind of that slideshow format that you're used to. And now we also have an option for you for a branded and unbranded single property website, which means you're going to have your photo gallery, any links to your videos or 3D tours all on that gallery. You're going to have maps, lead generation. And what's really cool is this all that you're looking at right now comes with it. So what that means is when you take that single property website, you post that onto the MLS, that gets syndicated out to all the national sites. Now you're going to be able to see an overview of everything that's going on with your listing, from total views, average time on session, the number of leads that are coming in with it. You're going to see which images are the most popular, how many people are coming the second time. You're going to be able to see which days of the week are the most popular. I'm going to show you the stats report here really quick. What's really cool about this is you're going to be able to see real-time statistics on everything that's going on with your listing from the last 24 hours to the last month and all time, of course. You can automatically have snapshots of this stats report sent to your and your client's email address, whether it's weekly or monthly, to keep everybody in the loop. You're going to be able to see everything that's going on. And this is my absolute favorite, to keep everybody involved. Which websites are the most popular? Just a lot of really great stuff going on with the stats report. Also, with that single property website, it is fully customizable. On the left side, you're going to see listing info. That's where you can just go and change the description. You can pop in any videos that maybe you created and you want that linked on your website. Maybe you've got your own drone videos or your own 3D Matterport. Otherwise, anything that we create for you, you're going to be able to find here as well, along with a free brochure creator as well. So this is a number of different templates that you can pop photos in, pop photos out, change any descriptions, print it off, put it on nice paper, bring it into your listing appointments, leverage what we're able to do for you visually, right? Bring that into the listing appointments. People are visual, right? They want to see what you're going to be able to do for them. And so this is the Virtuance Marketing Suite, and I am just scratching the surface on its capabilities of what you can do with it. If you've worked with us in the past and you don't know what this is, when you log into your account, there's going to be a button that says Enroll in Virtuance Marketing Suite. You can make sure that every single future property that you shoot with us, you do get this with it. Otherwise, if you've never worked with us, when we go out and shoot your property before 5 p.m. the next day, you're going to get your images, and you're also going to get a link to your Virtuance Marketing Suite. And that's, of course, before 5 p.m. the next day. That's even on Friday shoots. We deliver on Saturdays. Need to make sure that we're working with you guys. So especially as things are starting to get busy. Okay. Like I said, I wanted to do a raffle for a free photo shoot. Now this is, I think we're gonna wait until a little bit later this afternoon. I'll make sure that this is sent out to everybody who is on right now. Otherwise, you're gonna find that link in the chat box. If you guys wanna write it on the whiteboard or whatever for everybody in person, it's just virtuance.com/MIN as in Minnesota. And everybody also gets a promo code for your next listing. And this is everybody. I know we work with a lot of you guys. And like I said, big thank you also for you guys that we work with. Make sure to get that promo code as well. So any questions for me? Any questions?
Any questions for Tom? How many have already gone?
All right.
I'm signed up for the.
Yeah, you can do it on your phone, takes 10 seconds.
The blueprints? Or didn't you say something about blueprints? I haven't seen.
Tom, did you say something about blueprints, and would that be something that you could show us on the screen real quick?
Blueprints like a template for the brochure.
Do they do you measure the rooms?
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. So we do have floor plans as an option for you. Let me see if I can pull this up for you really quick. There's a couple different places that you can find it, but we're gonna go to pricing. And so we're gonna go out, we're gonna laser measure those rooms for you. And man alive, I tell you what, it is just about time for me to get a new computer. All right. It starts at $99 for anything less than 1,000 square feet. And what's really cool about this is they're actually going to have hotspots on them where you can click. 27, we'll do St. Paul. Hotspots on them where you can click, and then you're going to be able to see side by side an image of that room along with where in the house that is in the floor plan. All right, so let's see here. Give me 2 seconds. Floor plan, view sample floor plan. Okay. It's kind of funny because I can see it on my screen and then I can see it reflected on your screen in the corner. Oh, come on. Here we go. There it is. Okay, so you're going to have a floor plan. You're going to be able to see doorways, windows, measurements of, let's see if I can zoom in here. And like I said, that starts at 99 bucks, anything less than 2,000 square feet. And I believe that goes up in $35 increments per 1,000 square feet.
Very good. Awesome, Tom. Thank you so much. We appreciate
Yeah, you bet.
and your support. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out to him. We'll put all the information in the recap notes as well. And then click on that link to sign up for your free whatchamajigger.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll stick on for a few minutes if anybody wants to just chat me any questions. I'll also put my email and phone number in there as well. So feel free to reach out anytime. I'm always here for you guys.
Awesome. All right, so now let me get out of this screen. We are going to get out our information from Family Reunion. So get out your notes, your pens and paper, your thing, so that we can share these notes. So I'm sure everybody has seen by now the changes at KW with Josh Team moving out of the president role and Mark King moving into the president role. So let me ask you, does anybody have any questions about that? Now's your time.
I think it's super cool that he's literally been in every single role, like a TL role. He was a TL, he was an OP, he was a regional, and then he worked at KWRI. Like, how cool is it? And his wife is an agent. So the person that's leading our company is literally living our life and has lived it or lived a role within Keller. And then he's married to someone who is doing our daily things.
Yeah.
So I just think that's super cool.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't really realize the extent of it until yesterday when I read more about him.
Yeah, he started out as an agent. He moved his way, and he's a coach. He does wealth building coaching as well. So super smart man, very humble. You'd never know it, but he is exceptionally sharp.
Super cool.
So, okay, so we'll just talk about the elephant in the big, okay. So Josh Sheen was with us for about 2 years and people are like, okay, why is he gone now? Well, he did such a phenomenal job at incorporating technology into our company. That's his gift. That's his role. That's what he loves. He has never been a realtor. So there were some aspects of the president role that did not fit for him and it stressed him out. And it just was not his jive. His jive is tech. It's what he loves. It's what he's passionate about. So he helped us through and incorporated into our world phenomenal technology. He was at the right time, in the right place, at the right season. And now he gets to go do what he's passionate about. And our company gets to go from here up to here. Every time Gary's made a change, it's always leveled us up. So that's the gig. And I'm super excited about it. So that happened. Other than that, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot took place. On March 3rd, you might want to write that down. On March 3rd, on KW Connect, there will be the vision speech. Remember when we had the vision speech and everybody was really excited about that? And then Gary was like, oh, surprise, we're going to do the vision speech on March 3rd. Maybe it's March 4th, but I think it's March 3rd.
I think it's the 3rd.
Yeah, I think it's the 3rd. And so we'll stream that here in the office, but if you are at home, you can watch it there. So yay. So let's dig in. For those of us that did attend, I would love for you to unmute yourself, and then I'm going to let Diane and Cherie kind of run the facilitation of it. And if you want me to do it, just yell at me. I will take it over. But I want to make sure that you guys, because this is the productivity group put this on. So kudos to them. Very grateful.
Thanks, Jen. The productivity committee met last week right in the middle of family reunion, and we were excited and talking about different things and thought it would be, knowing that not everybody had signed up for family reunion, this would be an opportunity for people to just kind of give their ahas and what they took away from family reunion. So the productivity committee is Cherie Smith and I are co-chairs, and Jeff Carlson, John Sauber, and Carissa Zimmer are on the productivity committee. If you ever wanted to reach out to us, feel free to. But with that, I'll just kick it off. I had a couple ahas that kind of stood out to me. One was on farming, because we do farm a few areas on our team. And it was just kind of some good suggestions that your farming doesn't need to be geographical all the time. It could be a sports team, or it could be just the elementary school, and to take the time to invest in some of the sponsorships and get your name out there and be consistent with that. If you live in an apartment, you could do, I love this, you could just do hot dogs and Coke, which probably is almost free at the pool all summer, every week, or once a week through the summer, because everybody in that apartment building is a potential buyer, so it would be a really easy way to connect with people. One woman said she was the bus stop agent because she had a big bus stop, and so she talked with the people in her neighborhood when they were at the bus stop. So just to be the local expert and to know that, it doesn't need to be where you live. It could be what you do. It could be sports. It could be the arts. It could be whatever it is that you're interested in, golfing, whatever your interest might be. And also to just get out of the realtor box in the market that we're in and just be a human person that are listening to people's needs, whether it's your seller or your buyer. Be genuine with them and listen to them, because that's how you'll best be able to get your offers accepted and best be able to get the best offer for your seller. Anything else?
I can go next.
I Go ahead.
Also have to sneak out. My kids are going to Buck Hill to take a lesson at 1 p.m. So, so something that I thought was a kind of an aha for me was, these people who are talking about what they're doing at a high level. What's really cool is your market center just had the same conversation in the mastermind that was set up, and they're saying the same things. So, you know, family reunion is fantastic, and it's a week, and we take out our ahas and keep diving into the market center, right? Lean on each other, because this is an ever-changing world, and it's probably freaking a lot of people out at this point. But there's no reason for that. And so one of the things that they've specifically said was, that was an aha to me, is because I always ask the listing agents as a buyer's agent, I always ask them, you know, what's going to be important to your seller? Well, what I thought was an aha was they said, ask what's going to be important to the listing agent. Because like you want them on your team, right? Like have them on your buyer's team. So what's going to be important to you? How would you like to see the offer come over? You know, do you want to see it in a PDF, or do you want to see it, you know, some people want it all. Me, I want one form that I can open up and I don't have to go back and forth from the email, right? So that would be my answer to you. Some agents want, you know, maybe each PDF in a separate, you know, form, like, right? So try and kind of get them on your side from the get-go. So that was a, you know, and just people around the country are doing the same things that we are. So keep doing it and keep leaning into the market center. Those were ahas for me.
Really good. Really good.
A common theme I noticed across all of the different panelists in the classes was it's a really tough market right now.
Mhm.
And a lot of people haven't worked this hard in a very long time to hit their goals. And what a lot of people were saying was don't move away from the basics in this market.
Mm-hmm.
Still be doing your daily activities, follow your routine. And now more than ever, and Michaela and I have had conversations surrounding this with Trent, it's so important to create that culture if you're on a team, and to constantly be giving back and picking your teammates up. And it's tough out there. So just really being conscious of those little rewards and successes. And, you know, if you're a solo agent, rewarding and acknowledging that those little wins. The getting your offer accepted in this market is like, woohoo, we did it. Like
huge.
It is so huge. So acknowledging that, and it's okay because it's tough out there.
And not just in our little world, right? Like, I think that I had kind of tunnel vision
Like,
of
if
like,
it's
it's
just
just
us,
Minnesota,
yeah.
it's so hard. And then I'm like, oh, it's literally hard everywhere. It's crazy.
Inventory is so low across the entire nation. So
Holly Stomberg, can you say the podium thing? If you hear me?
I think Jeff was going to talk too, right, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, I'm always ready to talk.
Okay.
So I've got a whole list of things that I wrote down, but one of the interesting things that somebody brought up was they said if you're having a hard time getting a hold of the listing agent, that they send them a video with their question on, and they said that they've had good response with that, you know. So it's something different than a text or a phone call or whatever. The other thing that I thought was good for me, I actually just went through this with one of my buyers right now. I said, you know, how could I have better prepared you during our buyer consultation? Were the things that kind of blindsided you? You know, we just went through a multiple offer deal. There was 8 bids and we were second. You might as well be last, right? But we, you know, I said, there are things that I could have better prepared you or that you didn't know. And so just kind of going through those things, and, you know, the buyer guide, I'm constantly updating that. But I just thought, boy, with so many multiple offers, we should be really talking about here's the process. And, you know, 330 doesn't really mean 330. It means maybe 340 or 350, you know, whatever that number is, and you can give them some statistics that way. So I thought that was good to really work hard in that buyer consultation. And then you come off as the expert as well, you know, that as far as that goes. And then, you know, and I try to build that relationship with a listing agent. And you know, I think somebody mentioned it earlier, but I could have just said, outside of price, what is the value to your buyers? I could have done it all in one sentence instead of droning on and on about things. So that was another good one. But I thought there was a lot of good ahas for me during that process.
I've got some interesting stats and then a couple ahas, and I'll hit them really quick. Sorry, Saber, I saw you raise your hand.
Oh, sorry.
57 billion in agent-to-agent referrals through the My Referrals platform. If you guys don't know how to use that, probably a good time to figure that out. We do a ton out of state through KWYP, through all of these networking groups we're part of. That was a crazy number to me. 1.5 billion in profit share. You guys know I love profit share. Aaron Kaufman said something that I've been repeating in my head over and over again, and that's profit share is like a train. It moves so slowly at the beginning that you think it's not moving, and then it starts moving so fast that you can't stop it. And you just have to believe in it. It's paying out a lot of money. And they think that right now is one of the better times in our history in terms of growth. Like, we are going to go from 180,000 to 300,000 very quickly. So 10% of every transaction in the country was done with a Keller Williams agent. Just so you guys understand, 10% market share as a nation is nuts.
Yeah, huge.
That's Keller Williams versus every single brokerage out there. Every mom and pop, every major one, 10%. That's a big number. And then a couple big ahas that I have, and these are kind of, well, one of them is for sure back to the basics, is the importance of a 411 and the consistency with it. Coming in, having a plan, or if you work from home, that's fine too, but having a plan every day and not just waking up and wondering what's going to happen, but having a plan and going and getting it, and consistency is key. And then one thing that I love about this company, and I think it's so important to every single person in this industry, is your ability to lead. If you guys notice, a lot of the breakouts talk about leadership, and whether you think you're a leader or not, to do this job well, you need to be able to lead people, because you might not lead people on your team, but you're leading clients into a huge purchase. And if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead other people. And I can't stress the importance of that. If you're just a guy who's opening the door and letting them take the lead, you're the ones that Zillow wants you to open doors, right? We need to lead our people into making the best decisions. And so I think everybody has to some degree, be committed to becoming a better leader. And this company gives you tons of resources to do that. So I almost commit to go almost to all leadership stuff at these events, because it's just so important.
Good. John Sauber?
Yeah, I'll be quick. I had two quick ahas. One I thought was interesting. They were talking about some opportunities coming up, and with the first-time home buyers, there's talks like potential that if they do the student forgiveness and the $15,000 credit, and they talked about even proposing it goes straight on the HUD, how much of a buying power that will be for first-time home buyers. So looking at that as an option. And then also, they're also talking about like new builds and new construction, and building tailored experiences to the different types of clients. I thought that was really interesting. And then I think it was Abrams I was talking about on the cultivating, when they're not actually looking to buy, how to build services that are, I thought were kind of free. Like he does CMAs and like wealth, like projections too. So he's, rather than them looking to the Z estimate, and then really building out a vendor list and having handyman services and stuff available to help when they're not looking to buy or sell, that you can still be a big resource. So I thought those were kind of interesting. Two little ahas I had, so I want to share that.
They talked a lot about being the resource for all things real estate. Yeah. Good.
Jason had so many good quotes, my goodness.
Yeah, he's a quota machine. Who else, guys? Sue Evans.
she's gonna talk, I can tell.
I have a couple. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, hi. I really enjoyed the class that Gary and Jay taught together on operational leverage. And so the whole class was sort of about like all the different ways that you can operate in this business, whether that be as a solo agent plus an admin, a small team, a large team, or if you're all the way to expansion. I really like how they sort of laid out like you get to decide what you want to do in this business. I think for a long time there was this real push with the MREA book that like 7th level is the only place to go. That's the only way to be. And I really liked how they talked about, you know, there's all these different options of ways that you can grow. And the key takeaway from that session was they said to be purposeful about what kind of growth you choose. Make sure you build a business that has a job in it that you want to do. That was like a huge thing for me because I think so many times, a lot of times people grow a business and then they're like, well, I don't want to lead people. I want to sell houses. You know, make sure you leave room for yourself in whatever business that you are building. So thought that was really interesting. And then hold on, what was the other one? John mentioned about the real estate or about new construction. Gary said that in the next 3 years, just be ready that new construction is going to be a big deal to start building relationships right now with developers and builders, because there's just going to be a huge building boom that's going to happen again. Just looking at my notes. I think those were kind of the big things that stuck out to me.
Awesome. Yeah, new construction, it's big.
Yeah, I have a note here, probably from that same one to the opportunity is probably in land development just outside of suburbia.
Yeah.
You know, they made that comment. So talking to farmers and landowners, and a lot of that stuff is sitting in like family trusts that they don't even know they own it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know the first thing about capturing that, but if we need to find out, we'll find a way. So everybody should have that on their radar. Super interesting. I have a question here too, and I would like to hear everybody's input is, especially right now with inventory so low, I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing buyers just buying up specs left and right and saying, screw it, I'm not getting into the bidding war thing. Let's just go build a house. And if we're going to see another big blast of that coming, we're just adding inventory, right? Like we're adding inventory and we're just adding and adding and adding more inventory. So I had a thought. I'm like, well, adding inventory, all the stimulus packages we're dumping in, possible the forbearance, right? There's a note here that 5 months of our inventory is in forbearance, possible lead or possible interest rates going up at some point. All these things to me are leading to values going down. Does anybody else feel that way or see that, or am I just putting on my black hat?
I don't think so. I think you're off. I don't think you're going to see I think you're going to see a leveling of pricing, not a value decrease.
What I'm not talking about in 6 months.
I'm not talking about in 6 months either. I'm talking about we're going to hit a peak, but you're not going to see a massive price reduction.
Okay.
It would take a flood of inventory, and all these homes that are not going to go into foreclosure and forbearance. People are going to figure it out. They're going to slowly drop them on. I don't think we're going to get a big enough flush in inventory. Look back in like 08 and look at what the inventory was doing. Even in 05, 06, when inventory started to rise, anyone who was watching the numbers could have saw that by 06 that there was about to be an issue, and we're just years away from that if you look at our inventory.
So Dawn Crow and so in one of our sessions, she was telling me that she's tracking, and so I started tracking all the coming soons every week. You will see there is a significant increase in coming soons that are coming on. So I think we are going to see more inventory, and I think there's so much equity right now out there that I don't know if that forbearance.
And
I mean,
people have money.
they have money.
And that's the difference.
I thought it was super interesting when Gary showed that graph of who was most affected with COVID and why we aren't perhaps feeling it as much, because those homeowners that are changing properties are not as impacted, have not been as impacted. That could change. But that was a really interesting graph.
In fact, some of them have capitalized because of COVID. Because their lives changed, but yet they were still making the amount of money that they were making when their lives hadn't changed.
Right. And they couldn't travel, couldn't do stuff. So they're buying second houses.
Yeah.
They're buying cabins,
Totally.
you know.
They have money.
Think in your family.
Money's cheap.
How many times people have said, yeah, I just bought a lake home. Not sure what we're going to do with it, but I bought a lake home. Yeah, it's all over.
I think
Trent, I think we kind of agree with you to a certain degree anyway, especially in the rental market. We've actually sold a couple rental properties because we got more money right now than we ever thought we would get for them. And we do anticipate that same thing that you said. To us, we're kind of at the edge of that cliff that's gonna see some adjustment anyway, and then would intend on jumping back in and trying to grab a couple more at that time. So
People are overpaying for their personal residences and also their second homes. You know, they're paying more than those houses are worth right now.
Do you guys think, just to piggyback on this current line here and built what everyone was saying, including what Jonas added too, you know, I was reading something the other day. I don't know if it was CoreLogic or NAR. There was a stat out there the other day. It was through the KCM channel, if any of you guys follow Keeping Current Matters. But they had said that right now, as a nation, we could add 500,000 homes. Let's say it was a foreclosure dump or whatever it was, which I agree with Jonas. We're not getting any kind of a big influx in mass from everything I'm seeing. But we could add 500,000 homes, and it's not even going to show up on the radar of the U.S. data right now. It's not even going to have an impact. And then if you go, if you look at appreciation rates for the Twin Cities, I think there's a chart out there that goes back 43, 44 years. It goes back to like the late 70s. And other than the downfall, you know, obviously the time a lot of us are familiar with from 08 until say the end of 11, we haven't had negative appreciation in the Twin Cities ever in 40 something years. We've had a lot of up and down markets over those 40 years. And so I think maybe more to Jonas's point where, yes, the appreciation is certainly going to roll back. We're not going to be getting 10% appreciation, but I'm maybe in his camp that we're going to see a slowdown in the you know, stratospheric rises annually. But I don't know. There's just nothing underlying within the market that I can see right now that says we're going to be looking at a rollback anytime in the quite a few years from if you believe the stats that are out there right now. Because you go back and look at 08 and you look at the data today, you know, there we had the high prices, which have obviously blown right through. But inventory was at its peak, and we already know where inventory is right now. So the fundamentals, the problems are there, but they're different. But I don't know if it's going to lead to a rollback in values necessarily, as opposed to more of a leveling, like Jonas said.
I think like it's still hard to get a mortgage. I mean, I was in high school back in those days, so I can't speak to that market. But
In other words, Steve, you're old.
Like, I feel like back then it was difficult not to get one. Like it
was scary. I remember applying just to see, and they told me what I qualified for. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I put every dime I had into that.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd be able to pay this. Eventually I didn't
Right.
buy because I thought better of it, but they were gonna.
Totally.
That's interesting to hear.
I loved the sessions. If you guys have an opportunity to go back and watch the sessions with Jay Papazan, the seller panel, and then the buyer panel. Those are kind of my favorite ones. It's so funny because I always want to grab the agent ones and the leadership ones, and I don't know how to do it all at one time. But I loved that Bob Lucido, who is, I don't know, let's just say he's in his early 70s, maybe late 60s. Bless his heart, because he might be 54. I don't know, but he seems a little older. Business a long time. He does over 40 open houses a year himself. He door knocks. So he was on this panel and they were talking about, okay, how do you get inventory? And he's like, you door knock. and they're on the East Coast, they have COVID too. So they door knock and then they step back and then they talk. He does expireds and he goes back 6 to 12 months. So he goes to the old ones. He does open houses. He does circle prospecting and vacant lots. I loved his old school thing. And then you had Sarah Reynolds on that panel, and I love her. She said, you guys, we have to have a mind shift that we usually promote listings. So here's a cool aha. You know how on social media, everybody's like, we sold this house for $47,000 over in 4 minutes. She said, the public doesn't want to see that. The public wants to see, we have 5 buyers that are looking for properties in these areas. We now need to look at our buyers like we do our sellers. We're marketing buyers. I thought that was huge. She's completely changed all of her marketing into marketing buyers instead of marketing listings.
I'm going to share with everybody a really awesome hack for sharing stuff like that on social media.
Yeah.
Go in and create a friend list called local realtors. And every single person on your Facebook that you're friends with, that's a local agent, add them to that friend list. And when you share a status of we have buyers looking for this, make it so that those people cannot see the post. You guys following me? Then you eliminate 10 agents from chiming in and be like, me too. I have one on Johnson Street. Did you see this one? MLS
like,
number, blah, blah, blah.
Right. And you're like, hush,
All
quiet,
the
the MLS.
the only people you want to see this are regular consumers. So I have a ton of lists on there, but I have local agents, I have out-of-state agents, I have KWYP members, I have KW agents. So if I want to make sure a certain post hits a certain group, I know that it's going to get in front of them because of the algorithms. If I just post it out there for everyone to see, some people will see it, some people won't.
But engage your team, because I'm listed as an agent, so I didn't see like any of his posts. And like part of our community is you want those people to be engaging with you to help your post.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't see that. And
Yeah.
It's like, oh, because you're listed as an agent.
So let me ask you, because I'm not that smart. If you did that and I was like, let's just say I am on your list, can I share it?
Yeah.
Okay. Even if Jared is an agent and he's in my feed,
Yeah.
but you've hidden him.
That's a good question. I guess I don't know how far down the line that would go. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe Abby does.
A simple aha that I had was I miss the in-person events so freaking much. And I love family reunion, but I feel as if I was still so distracted by our everyday things and the business. And what I'm most excited about is being able to go back to these events in person and have the recordings of classes that I wasn't able to attend in person, because I think that is likely going to be the future, right? We're probably always going to have a virtual and an in-person event so everyone can participate. And how cool is that? But yeah, I just missed that.
So next year, February 19th, word on the street is we're going to be in Orlando. Stay tuned. And word on the street is that we'll be in Orlando for that. So
exciting.
I'm going to Orlando. I don't care if I have to lock myself in my hotel room.
Our kids are coming with. They're going to Disney.
Right. Anything else, guys, that you just want to share? Oh, Shannon said something in the chat box. I think interest rates will rise as there are more vaccines given and economy becomes more stable. I just don't see a huge market reduction in value either. Okay.
So I think March 3rd, vision speech is going to be really important.
Yes.
When Gary goes ahead and goes through what they've seen and what's going to happen in the future. I will say it's the first time I've ever seen Gary talk positively on get land, start developing it, and get hooked. As far as that, in 12 years, I don't know if I've ever seen him go up and say anything that positive on the market. That was crazy. When I was like,
So
wow.
Gary, to be positive about.
Yeah, I was floored on that. The one interesting thing that I saw that I wanted to bring up was they talked a little bit when they talked about Zillow going ahead and getting in the Showtime thing.
Yep.
And they said, well, think about it a little bit. Everyone's going at this, like defensively and stuff like that on like our end. And what they said was, you don't realize that like Keller is buying things too. We're in the tech game. We own, actually they talked about MLSs that they're involved with and some of the tools in the MLSs. And one of the things that they brought up was in the East Coast, where we're heavily involved in some of the data for the MLSs, that were financially involved in as well. They said that all of a sudden they noticed that all the Keller Williams listings had more showings than the rest of the market. And so they were looking at that and they're like, well, that's odd. And then they're like, well, hold it, let's go a little bit further. I bet these properties are on the market longer, and that's why they're having more showings. Now, this is not just like a neighborhood. This is a whole segment of a territory. What they found out was that Keller Williams properties, if it was listed by Keller Williams, it was on the market 2 days less, and it had more showings than the rest of the market as a whole. And so they're figuring out what the correlation was and why they were getting more showings in less time than everybody else. So Zillow knows that too. So they were saying, Zillow's doing all this, but don't think that we're not playing this game too, because we're doing the same thing. The reason why you don't hear as much about it is we're not a publicly held company. So Keller doesn't tell its story all that well all the time. So we're not publicly held, so we're not telling the story to get our stock prices up. We're just gathering the data so we can go ahead and get that information so we can build better tools for our agents.
Right.
And not raise the stock price. So you got to realize there's a little bit of a difference here, and we're farther along in this game than you think. And those numbers prove it.
And he said during that segment, he said, hey, guys, Zillow never bought Zillow. There does come a point where you have to create your own thing. So Zillow's buying Showing Time, Zillow's buying SkySlope or whatever they've already gotten. They didn't buy Zillow. They created Zillow. So I thought that was really profound because we own, create, and have command, right? So there is a point in a company that they don't just go buy stuff. They actually do create something. I thought that was cool. All right, everybody, we are 3 minutes over, and I certainly want to respect your time. I appreciate you all. So make it a goal. If you were not able to attend family reunion, they're all online. The general sessions will be coming on as they can edit them and then place them into the library. But I would set a goal to go back and watch them. One of my clients is watching 2 a week so that she can refresh. And then March 3rd, we'll have it streamed here.
What time is that? March 3rd?
Don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Are you getting the vibe that Mega Camp is going to be all virtual, or is there a slight chance there might be select people that can go, or no?
If I had to answer right now, I would say virtual. I would hope that we could do it, and with the way things have happened down in Austin right now, with all the weather and all that jazz, I have a feeling. I don't know for sure. They do negotiate with these convention centers like 9 years in advance.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, maybe they still have the convention center on hold. I don't know.
Sure.
I think everything is so changed, but I have a feeling we're going to be digital for family or for Mega. Yeah. Anything I forgot, Diane? She's having a baby.
Nope, not that I can think of. Well, good.
It's so good to see all of your faces. And for those that I just see your names, I miss seeing your face. I'm giving you a virtual hug. Bye, everybody. Go change today. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.